Or someone should do a do a quick video real quick. It's just like you know, just the more I see this stuff, the more it's like it pretty much. I guess I'm more so like, like I said, I'm not really doing this to change anybody's mind. If somebody gets something from this, then great. But I mean, and those that know me, they know how I feel about a lot of stuff. And when I see this, um, my whole thing is okay. At what point do we just not deal with haters, not deal with people that sabotage us, not deal with liabilities, not deal with uncooperative people, not deal with cowards, not deal with hard headed people. So my whole thing is like, okay, if you're still willing to, if you're not willing to catch up, not that I'm, ahead or anything like that, but certain things that people still seem to be slow about, and there's arguments about, and people still using terms and acting like we need to unify with everybody, which is that's not what you actually do in your life. I mean, I've worked around a lot of people, dealt with a lot of different people, and I've seen where different people, different groups, different genders will not like to be around certain people. In a way, they would discriminate against certain people for whatever reason. So, all this stuff that we see on the media politically about coming together and all this other stuff. So, my perspective is that a lot of people with this education system have been fooled, and a lot of times maybe feel trapped, and working jobs that they really don't like. Some are dead ends. Some folks feel like they don't have hope, and some people are just willing to go along with the program for whatever reason. Maybe it be embarrassment, fear. Like I said, misery likes company. So this is where I'm at this point. Because when I see this,
Yeah, give it to me, bro. Yeah,
I
give it
just
to
saw
me,
this
bro.
on Twitter or X.
Yeah, you mean your fucking food stamp? I'm a Congolese person. I'm not one of you street American black hobo people. Okay, don't.
This is a real
Yeah, give it to me, bro.
Yeah, you mean your fucking food stamp? I'm a Congolese person. I'm not one of you street American black hobo people. Okay, don't.
this is a real thing. They really do this out here. They really act and behave like this, and then they come to America and try to act like we're all buddy. Where are all the Africans at? Where? No offense, no hate. Just I'm asking a real question. Sorry, I'm passionate, but where are the African people slaying this guy? It's like, where are the Africans? Where are all the melanated people who want to be down with the culture?
The Africans, most of them Africans feel the same way he do. These folks got a mental illness. They come from third world countries, don't even have running water, pooping in the streets, pooping in their water supply. Um, and these people, they so desperate to leave their country. They hate their country so much that they have to do all kind of sneaky stuff going to different countries. It's really embarrassing. And then they come over here and start talking about other people. Think about that. They do whatever they risk life and limb to leave where they from, and then talk about talk about the people who built the place, and give every excuse why they can't give these people credit. They don't ever want to give Black Americans no credit. That's the sign of a hater. These are the backbiters. These are the same folks. You see, they're bad. They don't know how to work as a team. These are the kind of people that sold people to the European.
Culture, but can't check their own people. Where are you guys? You think that's acceptable? You think that's valid? Why is he not canceled in our culture? Why? Why do you think that it's acceptable for you guys to let that shit rock? And I see in the comments, some of you guys were actually cheering him on,
This is
who want to
another
be
one of these
down with
people.
the
Why do you
culture,
think?
but
Well, ask them. These people come with these questions and they don't have no. Well, why do you think they don't like us? They here to replace you.
can't check their own people. Where are you guys? You think that's
They
acceptable?
they
You
willing to
think
fit
that's
in. Yeah, they think it's acceptable. If they ain't saying nothing, they either afraid to or they agree with it. In my opinion,
valid? Why is he not canceled? In our culture, why? Why do you think that it's acceptable for you guys to let that shit rock? And I seen the
This
comments.
is pathetic. I come from. I'm not. I don't even come from the toughest part of the inner city, and the stuff like this dude right here is some of the stuff that get allowed. I'm like, man, this is wild.
Some of you guys were actually cheering him on. Why? They are not like us. Now, for all the Europeans who are watching this particular situation,
It's
when you look
like
at
they
black
try to
people,
make it
know
seem
the
like it's
difference between a
black
black
people is
American
monolith.
and an
We not. It's
African.
a
You
lot of
don't confuse the
cornballs. It's a
Chinese
lot
with the
of
Japanese. Please
people that
don't confuse us
don't
with them.
mind being the
They are not like
token.
us. Just because all skin folk ain't kinfolk.
Yeah, give it to me.
And I agree with that as far as all skin. Quit talking about we got the same color. I do not have the same color of a lot of black people. First of all, that's a lie. So we don't all look alike. That's another thing. We don't even all think alike. And too many black people not even trying to actually be competitive. They trying to be equal, which is an oxymoron in a capitalistic society. It's it's foolishness. It's really it's just foolish,
Us with them. They are not like us.
in
Just
my
because.
opinion.
Why?
Sometimes I'm foolish.
It's like, where are the Africans? Where are all the melanated people who
But the whole thing is, who cares about the Africans at this point? Because the Africans don't have their own stuff together, man. If you're trying to build a winning team, why would you get people that don't have their shit together, don't know how to work together? This is another thing. People, the school system don't really teach people how to really run businesses, how to really be successful, get what they want, how to critically think, and then but people still put so much stock in people going to school. They keep saying lies like the teachers get underpaid. If you educating people, then you're not getting underpaid. It's crazy, and people year after year keep graduating and going to these schools and pushing this stuff, and then when they get out of school, they can't really find a job, or they doing something they don't really like to do, and then they go to college, and not in all cases, because some careers you can go to college and you can come out and make good money. But I'm just saying, from what I'm seeing out here, many Americans that ain't many Americans is not living high on the hog, and one of the reasons is they don't know how to get what they want and fulfill their dreams, because the school systems ain't really designed to teach you nothing like that. So sometimes people continue to make the same mistakes because they can't recognize or um, critically think. They're not really aware. They make assumptions instead of studying and asking questions.
who want to be down with the
A lot of
culture
things.
but can't check their own people? Where are the Africans?
They want to be down with the culture. These people want to, and when I hear stuff like that, like these people just want to copy and take it so they can get it for clout. Especially like white people, they look at black people culture as a way to, and this is not all, but some, from what I've seen and experienced. I've had white people ask, "Why are black people so cool?" This stuff, they'll take the lingo, really the lingo, is the biggest thing they can kind of try to pull off. But that's cool to the other folks that can't really do that. Just like I guess how these rappers, so when they get around white folks, they brag about being around white folks and talk down about being around black folks, especially broke black folks that they was with, that they grew up with. I guess they really hated those people they was with. So
Where are all the melanated people who want to be down with the culture but can't check their own people? Where are you guys? You think that's acceptable? You think that's valid? Why is he not canceled in our culture?
he should
Why?
say that's
You
not
think that's
acceptable,
valid?
that's
Why
not
is
valid, and the consequence. So you don't really have consequences for disrespecting black people, culture as a whole, because it's gonna be too many. It's always gonna be somebody willing to run defense, try to be like a offensive tackle or somebody for coons and racists.
he not canceled in our culture? Why? Why do you think that it's acceptable for you guys to let that shit rock? And I seen the comments. Some of you guys were actually cheering him on. Why?
Said
They
some of
are
you
not
guys
like
were
us.
cheering him on, because a lot of them feel like that. What? He saying listen to this guy. He's saying, I'm not hearing nothing from the Africans to kind of rebuke what dude's saying, but he's saying a lot of people cheer it on. So that's how they feel. Then they cheered it on. More of them, the more of them cheering it on, then I guess, than actually speaking against it. So that let you know who over here. If it's 25,000 of them over here, that's too many, and we need to really seriously look at this immigration thing, because I'm not. Again, a lot of the masses want you to take a bad deal. It's a bad deal. We all know it's a bad deal to invite haters around you, to invite people that don't like you around you and will disrespect you, to invite people that will disrespect you and talk down. Now, the crazy thing is, he say he's from the Congolese, and these Africans is very poor, and he's saying this around white people. Like, so where's the smoke for the white people? No smoke. They don't have no smoke because that's not in them. They don't have no smoke for these guys. This will make them sellouts. No smoke.
Yeah, give it to me, bro.
Yeah, you mean your fucking food stamp?
He said their food stamp card. They on food stamps. It'd be different if none of them was on food stamps. But look at this. Let me try to find this. Oh, yeah, we go to my look at this.
Can show up. We just had 1,000 Africans show up. Africans show up in the community.
Mauritanians from West Africa finding their way to Cincinnati, piling in here.
But 100 came to our doors last
Friday. Piling in. Well, we don't owe them nothing. They not here to help us out. This is competition. Yeah, I'd rather not. Like, first of all, not even just like, say if we didn't even do the same job, I don't look at them as competition. Like, oh, they'll take my job. But hey, if they happen to do the same thing I do, they could be competition. My whole thing is, go and build up your country. It's time to build up your country. Yeah, we got our own issues over here. And if I'm trying to get something, and then you coming from another country that failed, and then you getting in my way as I've talked to my government officials about getting stuff, and you telling the government officials not to give me nothing, and I'm lazy and all this and that, you got to go. It ain't even no negotiation. And it's kind of shocking to me. Like, I guess I don't say it's shocking, but I guess it's just a revelation that so many black people, and then the white people, is very disappointing. Because it's like, you're just lying to yourself. You talk about Republican and Democrats and this and that. No different. The Republicans couldn't stop this, and the Democrats couldn't stop it. So, but you're still going to vote for one or the other.
Finding the Mauritanians from West Africa finding their way to Cincinnati, piling in here.
But 100 came to our doors last Friday.
100, like, what are the women and children? The men leaving the women and children behind in the country to say it's corrupt and all this other stuff. That's cowardly. That's not even American. That's not even an American way. This is sickening.
100 came to our doors last Friday, and we're wiped out of food.
Damn. So our resources.
We're wiped out of food.
White resources. White people's resources.
Came to our doors last Friday, and we're wiped out of food. Our doors last Friday, and we're wiped out of food.
It was.
And then look at these. This she's sick.
But 100 came to our doors last Friday, and we're wiped out of.
And so is he. So is he. Basically, like. Hey man, these guys gotta. It's not our responsibility.
Was a laborious process to help.
We don't know where they're from. We don't know how to communicate with them. and it created quite.
It's another weird thing. Like those people will come over to our country, even though we know that our country sometimes does stuff to extract resources from their country. So they basically bow down, like, yeah, y'all, they basically just bow down. That's all it is. They're just trying to get a better position. And if they can get 2 butter biscuits and we get 1 butter biscuit, they good with that. It's I guess that mentally helps them out. Like I said, Django Unchained. Um, Quentin Tarantino, he did a great job with that movie because with the Steven character and those Mandingo fighters and Leonardo DiCaprio asking, why didn't these people ever try to do something to me? When you talk about status, fear, expectations, man, that movie, that was a good movie.
An issue for us.
This population is finding its way to Cincinnati from a new route posted on TikTok.
He said they was out of food, and they got TikTok. Oh, it's crazy, man.
New route posted on TikTok.
Well, TikTok sure ain't doing America no favors.
And WhatsApp. An immigration loophole in Nicaragua allows relaxed entry requirements and makes a low-cost visa available for purchase without proof of onward travel. Cost visa available.
So look, they saying this. They know the loophole exists. This how you know it'd be some BS and it's incompetent people. But yet, the police will pull me over for some BS, and the country falling. The hater is illogical. The hater don't care about reason. The hater is a scorpion. They self-destructive.
Makes a low-cost visa available for purchase without proof of onward travel.
Shut the loophole down then.
Because they're smuggled illegally. So they're illegal from that country to the U.S. southern border.
So
they travel
breaking the law.
to the U.S. illegal from that country to the U.S. southern border. They travel all the way. They go
travel.
They like, we're going to break the law to get in this country, and then we're going to talk shit about black people because we're going to say black people lazy. Even if black people were, this was the whole thing with black people. A lot of black people be insecure. I don't get into all that. I just get right to the point. Just shut it down super fast. Even if black people were lazy, you don't come do all the stuff you doing. Leaving your country, abandoning your fellow citizens, breaking into other people's country illegally, doing some old sneaky stuff to sneak into our country, and then you eat up all our food in one day. Just a freeloader.
For purchase without proof.
These are the reason. These folks is the reason back home where they from is messed up.
Of onward travel.
That mindset.
Because
they have a mindset.
Illegal.
Everybody has a different mindset. And they have a different mindset than American. We would quote unquote call a traditional American. Because we don't believe in leaving people behind and things of that nature. This is the propaganda that was fed to us throughout generations. The reason that America won so many wars. Like, this attitude, sneaking in the country and abandoning your people and all this other stuff. And this is wild because they don't ever do anything to really like... They not making the money here and sending it back home and actually doing anything. So they just like, cool, we cool being mediocre under white people because they'll never say that they're gonna be better than white people. They'll never say white people are lazy. Because, and this is what white people, the key to white people don't just say y'all gotta go back home. They send these people out there that look like us, that's supposed to speak for us, and try to make it seem like when they say that we got an issue with it. I don't have no issue with that because they shouldn't be here. Now, if the white person want to tell me to go somewhere, then that's when we can have that conversation, and that we can shut that down real quick too. But as far as people coming over here illegally, it's been past time for people to take what they learn from America, if they quote unquote are real Americans and really about the American life, and spread the democracy on their own in their own home country. That's appreciation.
They're illegal from that country to the U.S. southern border. They travel all the way. They go into Turkey, then Colombia or El Salvador or Nicaragua, you name it. Then
Look
they
at all
make
these
their
countries, like
Nicaragua.
where are they staying at? Like the resource, they first of all they just burden on all these different countries.
You name it. Then they make their way to our southern border, and then after crossing.
And then people want to act like, well, you being xenophobic if you say stuff like that. Well, all right. What is xenophobic? Let's look at this. A person unduly fearful of what a foreign, and especially of people of foreign origin. It says unduly fearful. So I'm not unduly fearful, but I'm a person that don't want undermining foreigners in my country. And if you're a coward, I don't want you over here either. If you're a weirdo, I don't want you over here. If you're a hater, I don't want you over here. If you ain't gonna be no asset to me, I don't want you over here. That's my right.
Into the U.S. seeking asylum. They are settling in Lockland.
Oh, I'll just see this whole full story.
They are settling in Lockland.
Wow. This is where the white folks at. This is a sad day. White folks talk all that stuff hating on black Americans. But like I said, the haters, they don't care. All this happening under your nose, white folk. Disgraceful. This is crazy. I don't know how old this story is. Let me see if this is like, what does it say? There were so many bites and marks that the doctors could not count. We discovered all these marks and just had no words. Crazy. It says couple was answer after son. I'll take care. You can't, like, I mean, really, we put trust in people, which I don't know why people put trust in so many people when they know they be lying to other people themselves. But it just, you see so many of these people that just, if you don't have any, if you don't have like a paper trail or something in writing or stuff recorded like that, then a person that's a liar is just gonna lie, and it's gonna be he say she say. You can't just, you got to be able to hold. This is the thing about our society. In our society, it seems like a lot of us are not disciplined, or as disciplined as we should be. So it's hard to hold other people accountable if you're not disciplined. It's harder to do that. That's what I see. And if you're afraid to do so, if you're not going to get out of your comfort zone, all of that, it's a whole, it's a lot. But the schools don't teach us that, and the people know that. The mass of the people know they were not taught that, and they're not teaching that, but yet they still don't want to do anything to change it. Most people want somebody else to do something, and they know these politicians are liars. And that's why when people want to argue about politics, you should kind of ask, what is the goal? What is their main goal that they looking for? What are they achievements? And then if those don't line up with your achievements, y'all not even voting for the same thing. A lot of times we're not even voting for the same thing. I'm not voting for reproductive rights and all this other stuff. Man, I don't see the story. Let me see. Man. Well, I don't know. I have to really go to the page to try to find that. But I would like to know more about that story. That ate up all their food in one day. Like coming with their hands out. They talk about no no food stamps. And he up there saying that with some white
American black
boys.
hobo.
Look at the
Okay,
environment.
This is a real thing. They really do this out here.
Like,
They really
dude,
act
man,
and
get
behave
these people. If you told them they had to leave, they would
like this, and then to
go
come to
kicking and
America
screaming.
and try to act like we're all
fucking food stamp. I'm a fucking food stamp. I'm a Congolese person. I'm not one of you street American black hobo.
And he said, so it's a separation. Then when we try to separate, they try to run the game that, oh, we can't do that. I just say, yeah, I want to separate from y'all. That's my right. It's all right to want to separate from people if we don't agree with that they have the same goals as us and the same aspirations. To try to force somebody to stay with somebody is to try to anchor them down, and that's a hater move.
Okay, don't.
This is a real thing. They really do this out here. They really act and behave like this, and then to come to America and try to act like we're all buddy. Where are all the Africans at?
Man,
No offense, no hate. I'm asking a real
the
question. Sorry,
comments
I'm
on
passionate,
this?
but where are the African people?
He said, I saw a FBA person laughing at genocide in Africa. Where were the FBA to correct him? Then again, they started it first, right? But the whole thing is, I'm just going to answer this. Don't know if this is real or not. But when I look at this, it's the FBA person is in America saying that. You go over there and say what you need to say. Don't say that in our house. Says the difference is you saw that only you, and you are here with us now, and you see this instead of doing better, you are crying about something you saw. Be mad, not a child. Be a man, not a child. Now, this is another thing. When people seem to get confused, some people, why if they don't like us, do they always come around? Because the hater and the jealous person is typically an obsessed person. And if they get the opportunity and they're not distracted by something else, then they'll be looking at the thing that they hate so much because they're obsessed. That's what the whole thing, they stay rent free, is about. The hater is obsessed, insecure, jealous, and obsessed. Clear example is why delineating is needed. Correct. It should have been done. As black people, well, I'll just say not as black people, but when I see this, because the whole thing is, I don't like all black people. I don't like all of any group, or dislike all of any group. But it's certain things that are in our best interest to make sure that we don't let go on publicly, so that way it don't reflect negatively or affect the whole negatively. Because it's a lot of weak-minded people out here, black, white, or whatever, and they'll follow a lot of things and do a lot of stupid stuff. And if these people that come over here, the foreigners, ain't on that page, the easiest way is to go ahead and cut that dead weight, lean out, get healthier, get better strategies, and do better. Because at the end of the day, for somebody to say something like that dude was saying, he wouldn't be happy even if we did do better. Yeah, see, the other thing is we have our roots just deeper in the soil and just different stuff, different mindset. The white folks here, they ain't really led to me that they treated black people so bad it was kind of to where it's like, yeah, you kind of know where you stand. Now, would he ever say something like that to a white person or Mexicans? I doubt it. All that Pan African stuff, they don't even practice it over there. So if they ain't willing to do it over there, they ain't gonna do it over here. That's a dead mission. Let it go. Gotta have a better strategy than that. Because really, people don't want to do anything anyway. I think that's part of it too. Just saying unite is real easy to say. It's not specific, no action. You know what I'm saying? No rules. You know, there's no consequences to disrespect black culture. So there's no rules to, it's no like standards really. Well, they are usually, but then at some points they get co-opted. But they need to be like even it always got to be refining, like white people do. White people always got to be refining. Man, it's like, come on, man. How long is it gonna take to say, hey, we don't really need to rock with everybody? Let me end it with this. Let me see what this is.
Crumble cookie.
We gotta do this quick. Strawberry milkshake.
I ain't waste my time.
You're in the courtroom during your trial twice.
Yeah, the two times that Kamala Harris showed up to my trial was when I got convicted, and also when they laid down the sentencing.
When you saw her on the day that the verdict was handed down, did you take that as a bad sign?
It felt to me that she was well aware about my case, and she was there to set her presence, almost take pride in getting a conviction.
That's another thing. How can you vote for a person to lock up black people if you felt like she was locking them up and they was innocent? It's a lot of hypocrisy in this country. Hey, I'm a hypocrite sometimes, but the whole thing is it's about accountability. Who gonna hold? We all have to be held accountable because none of us are perfect, and we can all some easier than other can sway. You know, maybe we get arrogant and things of that nature. Our ego will take over. We have blind spots and things of that nature, but or you try to get undisciplined.
When I put in my appeal, the people that's fighting against my appeal to keep the conviction is the Attorney General office. I learned it reading, their reply to my appeal, and you see Kamala Harris' name at the bottom. And now it's starting to feel a little personal.
When you win the $13.1 million, it's a massive settlement. Did you feel like that was enough?
There's not an amount that could get back those 7 years.
That's messed up.
There's not an amount that could get back those 7 years. That was 6.5 years that I spent in prison. But instead of me coming home feeling like I was a victim, I wanted to prove that I'm a survivor and I will not let my story go unheard. You know, I'm not necessarily saying I'm looking for an apology, but some acknowledgement from her that she could have messed up will be, of course, that'll be huge.
That's accountability and responsibility, and that's not what you're gonna get from liars and politicians. Because politicians are liars.
You could have made some mistakes. You could have missed some things. For me,
I don't even waste my time trying to get confessions out of liars. That's another thing people try to do, just wasting their time.
it was a big miss.
You got to, bring it to light and just let the people bring the evidence there, and you just got to hold the people accountable as much as possible. But um, a confession out of these people is insane.
Oh, I had life in prison.
That's messed up. So, I mean, these people sick, but the society is sick to continue to. I mean, but it's like, dude, when are you gonna be results based and not just emotion? Like I said, a lot of it I think is just people just not want to be embarrassed and just want to go along to get along and not just say, yeah, I something's wrong here, but maybe they don't have the confidence or the courage to want to do anything about it, and maybe not the discipline and all that stuff, So that's where we at, man. But the good news is I think a lot of stuff is changing, and there's some things that no matter what, things just gonna be changing for the better anyway. They did too much stuff, and too many people know now.